Olá, web espectadores! Estamos começando o nosso Hardware Web Show do mês de julho, com o videoclipe da campanha Amigos Transformando o Mundo, da Disney.
Vem me ajudar, vamos todos juntos nos preparar para ouvir a voz que nos levará sem pressa, passo a passo, a um dia melhor. Ninguém vai calar a voz do coração, todos vão escutar. O sentimento nos levará sem pressa, passo a passo, a um dia melhor. Nós teremos mais, esse é o momento para mudar e soltar a voz. Somos a voz, queremos cantar, todos unidos por um mundo em paz. Somos a voz, há tanto a fazer, um novo tempo já vai florescer. Se queremos, podemos, todos juntos seremos uma mesma voz. A voz. Basta acreditar que o amor desperta. Vamos nos juntar, essa é a hora certa.
Vamos construir sem pressa, passo a passo.
Um dia melhor.
Já estamos aqui, não vá duvidar. Vamos nos unir.
Já não tenha medo, olha o que já se aproxima, passo a passo. Um dia melhor. Nós queremos mais, esse é o momento para mudar e soltar a voz. Somos a voz, queremos cantar, todos unidos por um mundo em paz. Somos a voz, há tanto a fazer, um novo tempo já vai florescer. Se queremos, podemos, todos juntos seremos uma mesma voz. A voz. Se queremos, podemos, todos juntos seremos uma mesma voz. A
Eu aposto que você se lembra do filme Carros. Essa aventura continua com o filme Carros 2 da Disney Pixar. Veja o trailer.
Este lugar faz o Triângulo das Bermudas parecer uma piscina infantil. Eles dizem que é aqui que o oceano pega fogo. Chegamos onde você me pagou para te trazer. A pergunta é, por quê?
Estou procurando um carro.
É um míssil!
Quando a missão é muito perigosa,
Está ali!
os maiores espiões do mundo
Puxa, essa foi por pouco.
pedem ajuda ao time vencedor.
Me deseja sorte. Pega eles, bonitão!
Relâmpago McQueen, bem-vindo ao Grand Prix Mundial! Acabei não me apresentando formalmente. Finn McMissile, inteligência britânica.
Tomate! Inteligência britânica.
Em breve,
Quero sua ajuda.
O quê?
numa corrida que vai levá-los ao redor do mundo,
Domo arigato! Ulala!
Bem-vindos ao Terminal Internacional.
Outra vez?
Eles vão viver mais emoções.
Escuta, isso aqui não é Radiator Springs. Ui, tô vazando óleo. Vou na casinha. Desculpa, moça.
Mais perigos.
Tá ali. Ui. Ai.
E mais aventuras do que nunca.
Rocky! Tô te apoiando como você sempre me apoiou.
Múltiplos agressores se aproximando de prédio.
Puxo. Isso aí tem graça.
Carros 2.
Ó, eu sei lutar um pouco de karatê.
Ah, só pode ser piada.
Breve.
A série The Wonder Years, Anos Incríveis, encantou e encanta pessoas de várias as idades. Você vai ver agora e nas próximas edições do Charlie World Web Show um especial sobre essa série.
The Wonder Years, sometimes dramatic, sometimes hilarious, always able to strike just the right emotional chord. TVography, our look at classic television shows and the stars that made them great. Tonight, The Wonder Years, which took its audience on a magical tour of suburban life in the late 1960s. The writing and first-person narrative enabled us to see the world through the eyes of Kevin Arnold, who was coming of age in an age of turbulence. He was an ordinary kid, but there was nothing ordinary about The Wonder Years.
Honey, are you okay?
It's a tough time in life when you're struggling for manhood and your mother still outweighs you by 50 pounds.
It evoked an era and a period in everyone's life.
Young man!
It was about his little piece of turf, you know, his claim in the world rather than the world around him.
It brought back happy memories and a longing for a simpler time.
Butthead.
To work? It was a period piece, but yet it didn't seem like it had been that far away. Hot dogs or hamburgers for dinner?
For me, it was capturing my youth.
Throughout its award-winning run, The Wonder Years built a big following out of life's small moments.
All the comedy had to be really subtle and really about the characters.
Hi, hon. How's work?
Work's work.
So many times people on the street would say, gosh, you know, it feels like my childhood. I think that's when it started to hit me. Wow, this is really telling these people's stories. Sorry.
Excuse me.
The show that would take millions of viewers down memory lane began life in 1987 as the brainchild of husband and wife producing team Neil Marlins and Carol Black. The pair were veterans of ABC's hit Growing Pains, and with that series and other sitcoms like The Cosby Show and Family Ties dominating the ratings, Marlins and Black decided to write a family-friendly comedy of their own. But unlike its predecessors, The Wonder Years was set in the late 1960s, a turbulent period in politics and culture that would serve as a backdrop to the everyday life of Kevin Arnold, an average 11-year-old boy growing up in the suburbs. The script was also different in its innovative use of a running voiceover commentary from the perspective of the adult Kevin.
Kevin Arnold was a great universal, that's me, that's the guy who's goes one step forward and one step back. I mean, life just doesn't always work out.
What they created was this world which, on one hand, was so silly and insignificant, a seventh grader's junior high school experience. I mean, it sounds so trivial. And yet, by adding the overlay of the older Kevin Arnold looking back at this, everything which continues to be so funny also has a sharp hang to it.
Although the other networks passed on the script, executives at ABC were intrigued and saw how the show might appeal to the huge baby boomer audience, many of whom had come of age in the 60s. The network was lagging behind in the ratings race and was willing to take risks to get back on top.
I think that there was still, for a lot of the executives in 1980, there's still a sense that if they personally felt that the show was strong, that counted for something.
ABC gave the go-ahead for a pilot episode. Production company New World Entertainment funded the enterprise, and Marlins and Black began auditioning talent. Finding the right child actor to play the lead character of Kevin Arnold was the key to the show's success or failure. The search was soon over. Nearly every casting director in town recommended an 11-year-old from Chicago named Fred Savage, who had appeared in the movies The Princess Bride and vice versa. The producers quickly offered Fred the job. He accepted after clearing it with his parents, Joanne and Lou, who wanted to make sure their son's career didn't ruin his life.
I think my parents more than I, because I was still, I was like 11 or 12, I was young. But I think they had a sense of what that could mean. If a series gets picked up and is successful, that means we're in LA, for potentially years, So I think that the script was so fantastic that I said, I think this is worth it.
Well, the jackstrap, sir, is a particular type of strap that's constructed of a strap-type material which is utilized exclusively for the purposes of jacks.
Equally important was casting the other Kevin, the voice of the narrator. Actor Daniel Stern, who had come to fame in the movie Diner, was happy to audition for the part.
I went in and did a sort of an anonymous reading of the script. I was contestant number 6 or something like that, because they didn't want to, I think they didn't want to have the baggage of who the person was. They just wanted it to be straight voice, and I got the job.
To play Norma Arnold, Kevin's traditional homemaker mom, the show's creators hired Allie Mills.
Not only was I not married, but I'd never played a mother. When I read the script, I thought, why is she thinking of me? This is ridiculous. I'd played sort of tough, cuspy, edgy, sarcastic people.
When your father gets back, try not to make him crazy.
For the character of Kevin's father, grouchy Jack Arnold, the network was hoping to land a famous name. But Marlins and Black lobbied hard for Dan Lauria, a little-known theater actor they had worked with on Growing Pains.
When I went in to audition for the networks, I almost blew it again. I had a very good audition, and out of the dark, one of the executives said, "You realize this is a great role?" And I yelled back, I said, "No, Richard III's a great role. This is a pretty good role. So it'll be a lot of fun." Neil said he could have killed me when I said that.
For the rest of the main characters, Kevin's friends and siblings, Black and Marlins picked kids based more on real-life traits than professional experience. Olivia Dabo, a British teen with a bohemian upbringing, was cast as Kevin's hippie big sister, Karen.
I was a teenager myself, so I was drawing off of just that kind of like innate rebellion that was kind of existing within me at the time.
I'm gonna get some birth control pills. I thought you should know.
Hear what I just heard.
The producers selected newcomer Danica McKellar to play Winnie Cooper, the love of Kevin's life.
I'll never forget it because Fred was sitting there and I didn't know who he was, but I just thought he was adorable. It's like, oh, who's that? I wonder if that's the guy, I was 12 and he was 12 and I thought he was cute.
Come on, Kevin, stop gabbing with your girlfriend.
She's not my girlfriend.
A segunda edição do Charlie World Web Show fica por aqui. Obrigado por assistir. E até a próxima. Fui!